You're listening to Holy Lives, Inspiring Stories. This podcast is brought to you by Paulines Multimedia. Discover the saints. Be inspired to live like one.
Have you ever noticed how sometimes the biggest signs of God's love don't come with a bang, but with something as delicate as a rose blooming in the dead of winter?
A winter rose. That's a beautiful thought. It feels quiet, almost unexpected.
Yeah, that's the heart of a story I'll never forget. A time when two worlds collided in fear and confusion.
Okay, you've got me. I'm listening. So where's this story going?
Mexico. The year is 1531. It's only been a decade since the Spanish conquest. Tensions ran deep between the Spanish and the indigenous Aztec people.
I can only imagine. Two completely different cultures forced together. That sounds incredibly difficult.
It was. And in the middle of all this, there lived a man named Juan Diego. He was a simple man, a recent convert to Catholicism, in his 50s, just trying to live his newfound faith quietly.
So not a priest or a nobleman, not someone you'd expect to be at the center of a big story.
Not at all. He was humble, poor, and probably felt pretty insignificant in the grand scheme of things. But one cold morning on December 9th, as he was walking to Mass, everything changed.
What was it?
He was walking near a hill called Tepeyac, a place that used to be a temple for an Aztec mother goddess. Suddenly, he heard the most beautiful music, like birds singing in a heavenly choir.
Wow. So he goes to check it out, I'm guessing?
He does. And as he gets closer, he sees a radiant lady, a young woman, standing on the hill. She was glowing and her clothes were shining like the sun.
I'm trying to picture that. A normal walk to church turns into that. What did she say?
She spoke to him in his native language, Nahuatl, with such kindness and love. She told him she was the ever-Virgin Mary, the mother of the true God.
In his own language. That feels so personal.
Yes, it was. She told him she wanted a church built right there on that hill, a place where she could show her love and compassion to all people.
That's beautiful. So he just had to tell the bishop, right?
He did. She asked him to go to the Bishop of Mexico, a Franciscan named Juan de Zumárraga, but you can imagine how that went.
Oh no, I can guess. A powerful bishop and a poor, uneducated man walks in saying he's seen the Virgin Mary.
The bishop was kind, but very skeptical. He listened to Juan Diego's story, but ultimately told him he needed to think about it and sent him away.
That must have been crushing for Juan Diego, to be given this incredible message and then not be believed.
He was devastated. He went back to Tepeyac Hill and told Mary what happened, that he was too small and unimportant for such a mission. He begged her to send someone more influential.
Oh, his heart must have just been breaking. He felt like he failed her.
But she just looked at him with love and said, "Listen, little son, there are many I could send, but you are the one I have chosen for this task." She told him to go back to the bishop the next day.
So he did. He went back.
He did. And this time, the bishop was a little more serious. He said, "If this is true, I need a sign. Ask the lady to give you a sign to prove it's really her."
A sign. That seems fair, I suppose. But what kind of sign could he possibly bring?
He promised he would. But the next day, his plans were interrupted. His uncle, Juan Bernardino, became gravely ill, and Juan Diego had to stay and care for him.
Of course. A real-life family crisis gets in the way.
But by the next morning, December 12th, his uncle was near death. Juan Diego decided to run to the city to get a priest, and he took a different route to avoid seeing the lady on the hill.
He tried to avoid her?
He was focused on his uncle. He probably felt he didn't have time for the mission. But she appeared to him anyway, on his new path.
She wasn't going to let him go that easily.
Not at all. He explained why he was rushing, and she spoke some of the most beautiful words of comfort. She said, "Let nothing frighten you. Am I not here, I who am your mother? Are you not under my shadow and protection?"
Wow. Am I not here, I who am your mother? That's everything.
She told him his uncle would be healed. Then she gave him his sign. She told him to go to the top of the barren, frosty hill and gather the flowers he would find there.
Flowers. But it's December. The ground would be frozen.
Exactly. But when he got to the top, he found it covered in beautiful Castilian roses, flowers that weren't even native to Mexico. The bishop would recognize them instantly. They were from his home in Spain.
No way. That's impossible.
But it happened. Juan gathered the roses into his cloak, his tilma. The lady arranged them with her own hands and told him, "This is the sign. Take these to the bishop."
So this is it, the moment of truth. He goes back to the bishop with his cloak full of winter roses.
He gets an audience and stands before Bishop Sumaraga. He tells him the lady has sent a sign. Then he opens his tilma.
And the roses fall out.
The roses tumble to the floor, and as they do, the bishop and everyone in the room gasps. Because miraculously, imprinted on the rough cactus fiber cloth of the tilma was the image of the lady from the hill.
The image was on the cloak? Just like that? Just appeared?
Yes, just like that. The bishop fell to his knees. He had his sign.
But I keep wondering, why that image? Why did it look the way it did?
That's the most beautiful part of the story. Her image was a message. She appeared as a mestiza, reflecting both Spanish and indigenous features, a bridge between two worlds.
A mother for everyone, not just for one side or the other.
Yes, and every detail spoke to the Aztecs. The black sash, a sign of pregnancy. The four-petaled flower on her womb, a symbol of the divine. She stood before the sun and on the moon, showing she was greater than their gods, but not destroying them, speaking their language, their symbols. And then there's the tilma itself, is a miracle. It's made from simple cactus fiber that should have disintegrated in about 20 years. But here it is, nearly 500 years later, the image still perfect. It reminds us that God doesn't choose the powerful or the polished. He chooses simple people, ordinary moments, rough cloaks, quiet miracles.
Makes you think that maybe the ordinary parts of our own lives could carry something beautiful too.
Maybe faith isn't about being certain or important. Maybe it's simply being willing to open your cloak and let the roses fall.
It makes me wonder, what's the simple, unnoticed part of my life where God might be asking me to love a little more?
And when you feel small or overlooked today, just whisper her words back to God. Am I not here, I who am your child?
May you find unexpected roses even in the winter seasons of your life.
Thank you for joining us today on Holy Lives, inspiring stories.
Discover the saints.
Be inspired to live like one.